We're going to get technical today because I'm going to talk about the roles and responsibilities of a quality assurance manager, but I'm going to be answering that from the point of view of telling you what I think quality assurance managers or leaders lack nowadays. Stay tuned. Hey guys, it's Brian back at you with another video where my goal is to mentor you to a rewarding career and to help you create a life you're proud of in that endeavor. Today we're going to be talking about what I think managers in quality assurance lack nowadays in terms of their leadership, in terms of their management. I'm going to go into that a little bit more, but before I do, if this is your first time coming to this channel, thank you. It's important for you to know who I am. I'm Brian. I help mentor students, recent grads, young adults, and not so young adults with regards to career growth, career development, career strategy, but also things like social development skills, personal development skills, all really important. And they all come together to create a life you're proud of. On the more technical side, definitely check out my bio. I'll have a link in the description down below. It tells you why I created this channel. But there's also a link in there to my LinkedIn profile, and it gives you my full-fledged experience in the industry, in quality, in regulatory, focusing on the food sector, dietary supplement sector, and natural health product sector. A lot of years in this field, and a lot of them in leadership roles. I've sat at the executive table. I've also sat at the quality leadership table. I understand the business. I've seen the business, but I also have a lot of that experience with regards to quality assurance and regulatory affairs. So to the topic at hand, which is essentially answering the question, what are the roles and responsibilities of a quality assurance manager or a quality assurance leader? They understand the roles and responsibilities, and I can go through all of that, but I don't want to bore you guys. But overall, you guys understand when it comes to the food industry, when it comes to dietary supplement industry, or even the pharmaceuticals or the cannabis industry, it's really around having good manufacturing practices, following the regulations, the manufacturing requirements. You can talk about things like food safety, HACCP plans, all those things. That's very, very technical, and I think that a lot of QA managers are really, really strong at that, or at least I hope so. That's really where they came from. Maybe they worked their way up from the production line. Maybe they worked in a QA position in a previous role and climbed that corporate ladder and eventually started leading a team. And hence they became the director of quality, a VP position, or maybe a QA manager position. Yes, I understand that from a technical standpoint, a lot of them are very, very strong. And I think a lot of you, the viewers here, have a very strong technical background. A lot of you guys have connected with me on LinkedIn, and I can definitely see that you guys have that education and experience, but you're still trying to crack that code and how to get higher. How do you climb that corporate ladder even more? How do you get to that executive level? And I think this is where a lot of people, especially in the QA role, get tripped up. Now let's talk about what these managers or QA aspiring managers typically lack. So the first thing that I don't see from QA managers or QA leaders is that they don't have showmanship. They're really good at the technical jargon of things, and they're really good at doing the work and pumping out the reports and putting in the metrics in place and all the SOPs and all the programs in place. But they have a horrible time about bragging about it, and they have a horrible time of showing it off and talking about it. It's so important to have that showmanship, because otherwise no one in the organization is going to know exactly what you do or even understand what you do. So yeah, maybe you can tell them, hey guys, we put this brand new food safety assessment program in place. Nobody understands that, and it's important for you to have the showmanship and the ability to effectively communicate that in a way where they understand, oh yeah, that was a really amazing program, and they understand how that contributes to the business, or how it protects the business, or how it protects the brands. If you're not telling people about what you're doing, other departments are so busy in their actual role and their actual function that they're not going to know that you're doing anything, and they're going to assume you're doing nothing. So I think one of the big things that QA managers lack, or QA people lack, is that showmanship ability. So that's something that you may want to look into. The second thing that I think a lot of QA people lack is their ability to present well. A lot of them speak within the comfort zone, which is essentially the technical level, the technical jargon. They'll use the same acronyms, they'll use regulatory language. To us, it makes a lot of sense. But again, to other people, to your boss, to the CEO, to the CFO, to the VP of marketing, they're not going to understand what any of that means. And when you're talking to a greater audience, a broader audience, you have to know how to communicate and present that well in a fun way, easy to understand way, in a way that keeps their attention. And it's really hard to do that sometimes when you're talking about microbial hazards, chemical contaminants, or physical hazards. I get it. I understand exactly what you mean, but a lot of the people that are in the audience or those that you're presenting to don't. So it's really important for you to understand and learn how to present well. Now guys, if this piques your curiosity, know that I have a course on how to present better, how to effectively communicate. And it's a course that I developed because of this type of role I'm in, and because I've noticed that a lot of people in a QA or regulatory compliance role really lack this skill set, and that is how to be a great presenter, how to effectively communicate. I have one-on-one sessions, courses available on my website, 101mentoring.com. Check it out, book your spot. You can work with me personally. We go into each of the points, how-tos, the strategies, the mindset, how to capture their attention, how to effectively communicate. This is so important, so key. And if you do this right, your boss's boss is going to notice that. When they see someone that can do this well, they are going to want to use you and glom onto you and promote you. So guys, if you're interested, definitely check out that course. All right, getting back to it, the third thing that I think QA people or QA leaders lack is their connection to the business. I think this is a bit unfortunate. In a lot of companies that I've been exposed to, typically the QA or compliance function reports into an operation lead. And as a result, you've got an operation lead that wants to move faster, that wants to produce more, that wants to make more, that wants to sell more, which is a direct conflict of interest with a compliance function, which is like, no, gotta wait, gotta hold, gotta put a stop on things, gotta slow down. They are in direct conflict of interest. But because the compliance function is below the operation lead, you don't have that direct connection to the business. The business is sitting up here. You can't have that direct connection. So I think you guys get my point. But because you don't have that direct exposure, you don't understand the impact your decisions may have on a business. You may not understand how you holding the line, putting things on hold, throwing things away, destroying inventory, what that impact would be with regards to the overall business, the overall numbers, by the quarter, by the year, by the half. It's so important to have that direct link and to have that exposure. But I understand that for a lot of you guys, you just don't have that, and that's built into the organizational structure, unfortunately. But because you know that now, it's important to figure out, okay, how do you get that visibility? How do you understand your impact into the business? How do you understand the impact of your decisions on a business and to see it from that perspective? Now, the ideal scenario is to have a direct link into the business and to go above the operations side. Now, if you have a direct link into the executive team, that is the best way to do it. But I understand that for a lot of you guys, that's not the reality. And if that isn't your reality, that's okay. The next step for you would be to create that link within the operations group and understand their challenges, understand what their goals are, understand what their metrics are, so that you can then understand, okay, if I were to make decision X versus decision Y is going to impact them and as a result impact the business, or if I do a decision A or B, this is going to impact them and impact the business this way. And now the last thing I want to talk about, and this is something that I see a lot of QA leaders lack, as well as people in higher up positions. We're talking VPs and above. And these guys lack the ability to create the right culture. Yes, there could be a culture within the organization already, but you need to create a culture of quality, a culture of compliance, and in a way that people care, in a way that people actually give a damn, and to create this culture in a way that's not so textbook, that's not so academic, that's not so book smart, that's not so technical and boring and soulless. You need something that can connect with people feelings wise, in their heart, their emotions. And to be able to create a culture like that is not easy. It is very, very difficult, but I challenge all QA leaders to do exactly that. And I think a lot of QA leaders are not good at this, and as a result don't have the right culture in place to do what they need to do and in order to make compliance successful and to contribute to the business well. So there you go, guys. Those are 4 key things that I genuinely believe contribute to the roles and responsibilities of a great and phenomenal QA leader or compliance leader. If you guys can crack this code, I guarantee you will do very, very well for yourself in this role, in this function. But let me be very clear, this is not for everyone. Not every QA leader or manager can do this, and that's just the reality of it. Some people just don't have it in them to do it, and as a result you have to realize and be ready that you may not be the QA leader or manager that you think you are. It's just the nature of the game. That said, I do hope that you found this video helpful. Maybe that light bulb went off in your head, or maybe you had that aha moment and thought, you know what, Brian makes a good point. I should be a better presenter, or you know what? Our culture is really the problem. Yes, we've got all the programs in place, but it's our culture that needs fixing. Now you know what to do. So I hope I provided some value with regards to you in terms of this leader in a quality or compliance function. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It would really make my day. I'd greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you have a question that you want me to answer in a future video just like this, go to my website, 101mentoring.com. Submit your questions. I'll answer it in a future video just like this. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss that video. So I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.